All right, it's been a minute since we've done a 49ers video, so I just want to come back out there and welcome everybody back to the channel. If you don't know who this is, we do videos of teams that the national media seems to ignore. 49ers have a faithful fan base, and I know they don't necessarily fit into that mold, but I love the 49ers growing up. As you know, in this channel, our main channel, Sports Talk Detroit, but in this one, we do more. Hey, I even had those two little lockers growing up as a kid. Still have my football cards in them. I still have them at my house right now. I have a Lions one and a 49ers one, and you know Jerry Rice is on that locker. All right, that's the number that I put on there, number 80. But there's been some stuff going on lately that just had me fit to be tied. So I had to come on here and I wanted to talk about it. It has to do with one of our quarterbacks, Goff. I'm not that upset about that, but I'm more upset about it for 49ers fans and Brock Purdy fans. So Cam Newton, I'll get to how I feel about good old Cam Newton, all right, in just a second. But Cam Newton came out. He was on a show, I don't know what it was, and he went out there and said that there are a number of quarterbacks in this game that aren't great quarterbacks. They are simply game managers. They're not difference makers. They're simply game managers. And he said those players were Dolphins quarterback Tua Tagovailoa, Lions quarterback Jared Goff, Cowboys quarterback Dak Prescott, and 49ers quarterback Brock Purdy. So I'm going to ask you this right now, 49ers faithful. Do you believe Brock Purdy is a game manager, or has he evolved into a difference maker for the San Francisco 49ers? Because I'm sitting here telling you that he is a difference maker. All right, CJ Stroud, I know this is going to sound weird. I traded Purdy for Stroud in fantasy football in one of my leagues, and CJ Stroud has been balling out, and I still wish I had kept Brock Purdy because he has been unbelievable. In any metric that you look at, I'm going to sit here and I'm going to throw them all out to you. And then we're going to make the argument of, is it the system versus not? And I'm going to go to past quarterbacks in the system. So I'm going to tell you and show you exactly why Purdy is good. Purdy ranks the number 7 quarterback via PFF in the grading system. He is the number 7 quarterback. What about straight stats? Okay, he is 3rd in the NFL in yards. Only Tua and CJ Stroud are ahead of him. Dak Prescott, by the way, is right behind him. All right, in touchdowns, he is 2nd in the NFL, tied with Josh Allen. You think that guy's a difference maker? I do. Here's the difference between Josh Allen and Brock Purdy. Allen's thrown 14 picks, where Brock Purdy has thrown 7. All right, he's only thrown 7. What about QBR and rating? Brock Purdy has the number 1 QBR in the NFL. He's 0.1 higher than Dak. All right. He has the number 1 QBR in the NFL, which means QBR really takes more into assessment, like fourth quarter. How do you play well at the end of the half, at the end of the quarter, in clutch time? What about rating? Not even close. Not even close. He is almost a full 10 points higher than the next highest quarterback. All right, Jake Browning's actually 2nd with 110, but he doesn't count. So it's Dak Prescott with 107. Brock Purdy is 116.9. This dude is a legitimate MVP candidate. If you watched the game last week, when he rolled out to the left and chucked a bomb in a beautiful throw to Deebo Samuel. That's not a game manager. Jared Goff can't make that throw. He can't. There's a lot of quarterbacks who can't make that throw. Don't sit here and tell me he's a game manager. The dude has been going off. Like, he has been going off. Like, this is, I don't know why I wasn't showing you this when I was going through all this, but look at these stats in the rating and all of that kind of stuff. He's unbelievable. I'm going to leave it up there for just a second. Do you think Brock Purdy is a game manager? So what I believe is a guy who is kind of the quintessential game manager is a quarterback that you guys had before. It was Jimmy Garoppolo. So I go to PFF and I look, has Jimmy Garoppolo had a season even close to this, where he has an 84 overall rating and 3,500 yards? And by the way, that's just in 12 or 13 games. Jimmy Garoppolo, when you look at his time with the 49ers, he never threw for more than 3,800 yards. And that was the only time, or no, sorry, he threw for 3,900 yards. Brock Purdy is going to fly past that. The only season that he had a whatever you want to call it, PFF grade of over 77 was in 2017 when he only had 178 attempts. Okay? Other than that, here's his offensive grades: 65, 71, 74, 67, 77, 62, 86, 73, 66, 53. Brock Purdy's different. Brock Purdy's different. That is not the same guy. Even last year, he was a 76.6. This is his second year. He leads the NFL in quarterback rating. He is third in the NFL in passing yards. Don't give me all this crap about he plays in a good offense. Of course he plays in a good offense. All right? A lot of quarterbacks have played in a good offense for Shanahan. A lot of quarterbacks have had weapons all over the place. Are you telling me right now that Brock Purdy has superior weapons on the outside? I love Ayuk. I think Debo's unbelievable. I think Christian McCaffrey's unbelievable. The Miami Dolphins have as good of weapons. The Dolphins have as good of weapons. He is ahead of Tua in almost every single metric other than pass yards. He's thrown for one more touchdown. His QBR is by far better. His rating is better. He is just simply more efficient at doing it. And what I noticed about Brock Purdy that I thought was the difference in his game that's different from Jared Goff and Brock Purdy. Jared Goff, you have to tailor the game plan to what his strengths are, and he has just a couple of strengths. I hate saying that because that's my quarterback. But Brock Purdy in the last few weeks, because early on it was a lot of screen passes, it was a lot of throws over the middle, like he's really good at reading a defense and reacting to it, but a lot of things over the middle. And then lately, what he's taken the next step on is he's throwing the deep ball with authority, and he's letting it rip. He's throwing the ball outside the numbers. He's making plays that it's like strong arm plays. It's very, very impressive and not what game managers do. It's what good quarterbacks do. Next thing you know, Cam Newton's going to come out here and say Tom Brady was a game manager. Oh, maybe Peyton Manning was a game manager. Are they just game managers because they're not winning with their legs? Like, what is the definition of a game manager here? So I just thought the disrespect was palpable, and I wanted to make a video on it. And, 49ers videos on this channel, they're boom or bust. We'll see what this one looks like. But love doing it because love talking about the Niners. So hope you enjoyed it. Thanks for watching. And you know what? We'll see you on the next one. Leave a comment. Game manager or a future star? Let me know what you think, 49ers fans.